Welcome to Lincolnshire Non-League Radio, sponsored by DWB Timber, Engineering and Newton Fallowell Lettings. This afternoon we find ourselves once again back at Deeping for Deeping Rangers versus Eastwood CFC. But before we get going with the team news and indeed the live commentary of the game, I've got with me Darryl Claypole, the Eastwood chairman. Welcome along, Darryl.
Hello, good afternoon.
Did you have a nice trip down here this Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, we did indeed. It's very warm, obviously.
It is very warm, yeah. You're looking very nice in that suit. I'd have had shorts and t-shirt on if it was me. Right then, so I believe you took over Eastwood at the start of the year. Is that correct?
Yeah, around about February. Yeah, I originally acquired 49% of the shares, and then around May I acquired the 100% shares. What
made you want to take over Eastwood then?
Love of football.
Yep.
Old age, poverty, whatever you want to call it.
I understand there's a link up with Benfica as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the link up with Benfica is a 5-year technical partnership. So through our association with a player development app through Mango FC, I was introduced to the international directors of Benfica. So we went over to Lisbon earlier this year.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a gloriously sunny
we spoke with the directors there about a 5-year plan. So they're sending 2 of their coaches full-time to work and live within our community. So that's the development. And it's a long-term plan to help our player pathway from our under-7s, under-8s, all the way through to first team.
So obviously Eastwood CFC, as it is a fairly new club, 9 years old, 10 years old next year. Mm-hmm. Were there many people involved with Eastwood Town with a new club, or was that way before your time?
No. Look, I have been long been an admirer of Eastwood Town. I live locally, and so I followed Eastwood Town, the old Eastwood Town's progress right through. So the shame was that it went bankrupt to around about 2012, 2013. One of my co-directors who's joining me on this new challenge was one of the original directors who bought the revamped club Eastwood CFC in 2014.
Yep. I believe there's I've never been, but I believe it's a very nice setup at what you've got down there, a 3G pitch as well.
Yeah, it's as good as anything. I mean, we've just had our grading, so we're graded up to step 3. So we have a fantastic facility. I mean, we're very, very lucky.
How important is it to have a 3G pitch at this sort of level, what you can sort of let out to other people and get an income from?
We can use it. I mean, it develops our juniors. If this morning at 9 o'clock we'd got 100, 200 kids playing 7 days a week, the facility's used. So I know there's a lot of angst and anxiety about 3G pitches and the ACL problems, etc., that have been raised recently. Our belief is that the positives far outweigh the negatives.
And obviously, looking at the league last season, it was 16th. You was just in then, I suppose, last few months at season. And I mean, what was your targets for this season?
This playoffs.
Definitely in the playoffs. Yeah. Because I looked at last season, and obviously 16th, 38 games. You only had 7 wins last season. This season already, you're second in the league already, and you've got I think you're just 1 or 2 wins away from that already. So I mean, that is a big improvement in itself, isn't it? Really.
I targeted two young bright managers, Darryl Thomas and Martin Ball, who I'd known them for many years. So I targeted them, and the brief was to have a player development program to bring our young kids through. We had a 16-year-old make his debut midweek. We've got 18, 19-year-olds regular. You'll see some here. So we've got some of our young kids who've travelled over from Eastwood today. These are our young Red Badgers. So they've come, and so it's created an incredible buzz. I mean, our home games, last year we were averaging about 50 people. We had 340 in midweek for a League Cup game against Selston.
That's not bad at all, is it? That's a big improvement, as you say.
Yeah.
As you say, the playoffs have come in this season as well. I mean, is your view it's better for the league? Or?
Oh, of course it's better.
Because, I mean, normally in this league, I think in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, you get anywhere down to 9th or 10th place sometimes. in that last 4 or 5 games could easily get into top 5.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it really opens it up for all the clubs, doesn't it?
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? That playoffs are an absolutely vital part of football in the modern day. So I applaud it. I think the league have done a wonderful thing because it creates interest.
And a couple of more personal questions now. I understand you was an ex-professional for Swindon many moons ago.
Oh, back in the day. Good Lord, yeah. Yeah, 1960s, yeah.
And I believe somebody who become a very famous manager, and still a very famous person now, I believe, once actually signed you on, none other than Ron Atkinson.
Oh, Big Ron, yeah, for Kettering. Yeah.
What was it like then? Was he
Ron
like
was fabulous.
His late days?
Yeah, he was fabulous. I mean, I knew Ron when I played at Swindon and he was at Oxford, and through Maurice Owen, who was chief scout at Swindon, Maurice knew that I wasn't particularly happy playing up at Halifax, and I'd left Swindon, gone to Rochdale, so played in the old 3rd division and then the old 3rd division with Halifax, but not too happy. So Ron had just taken over his first managerial job, and he was looking for players. I thought, well, I was earning more money as well playing for Kettering than I was for Halifax, so that was a no-brainer for me.
And just one other little thing as well. I understand you do a lot of charity work as well. I believe
for brain tumour research. That's our club's chosen charity. Yeah. My son, very sadly, has a grade 4 glioblastoma brain tumour. So he's only 40 years old, got 2 young children, wife, etc., everything to look forward to. But that debilitating and life-threatening illness has put me last year. I did the John O'Groats to Land's End bike ride. We did wing walks. We've done all sorts. So
you done wing walks yourself?
I know, that's my wife.
You sent her up instead.
Yeah. My wife does that. So I do the bits on the ground. So brain tumour research is our chosen charity, and that's what our club does. We've got lots of things we try and do to work with that. Fabulous charity.
Right, thanks for talking to us.
No, thank you.
Thanks
really appreciate it.
Thanks for all the support your club's given us in this last week, building this game up and commentary. And best luck for all the personal things and everything like that.
And a great job you're doing. Thank you. Promoting non-league football. Wonderful. Thank you. Take care.
Just give us that headset and I'll get on with the commentary. Cheers. Thank you.